Okay. Ulbrich? Boyfriend! Gather your band, Woljif. We're going back to the ruins. Why do we need to go back to the ruins, Ulbrich? Remember that white wolf we saw in the ruins? Every night I see her in my dreams, standing next to the Stone of Voices. Wait, let me finish. Ulbrich holds up a finger, apparently expecting you to interrupt. I know you can't trust dreams, that's what I always say, but I'm also no stranger to spirits and their workings. I know the difference between a dream that's sent from above and one that's sent from my belly after a hearty dinner. But Griffin's wings, I swear that wolf is a friend. One of the guardians of old Sarkorian, just like my Erevar. And if she's calling me to the stone, then we must go to the stone. All right, we'll go to the ruins. I don't really know what we'll find there, but we'll have to start with the Stone of Voices. It was silent last time, but this time it'll be different. I can feel it in my gut. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, I flirted too hard. Y'all, I flirted way too hard. We're gonna have to break Darren's heart. And Lan's probably. And maybe Woljif's. Abby, what did you do? The overwhelming fragrance of roses hits you as soon as you enter the headquarters. Roses occupy every inch of available space, fresh and sweet smelling as if they've just come into bloom. The scene is capped off by Darren, who stands in the center of the rosarium with a single red rose in hand and an expression of utter innocence on his face. Ah, Abby, so good of you dropped by. As you can see, I've been working on a little something, and I'm afraid some of your advisors are less than happy about it. Sure, if by a little something you mean the entire shipment of freshly cut roses teleported here from some southern country. Erebeth shifts from foot to foot, glaring at the flowers pressing in from all sides. You could have outfitted an entire art unit with the money you spent on this. Fortunately, they were my own personal funds, so I spent them as I saw fit. This gloomy citadel needed the injection of beauty. Darren brings his crimson rose to his face and inhales its scent, his eyes never leaving yours. That's none of my business, of course, but I've known you a long time, Darren Arenday. This whole thing looks like another scandalous stunt concocted to rile up the Crusaders. You want to pay court to the commander, don't do it in the headquarters. Do you have something to say to that, Count? A tragic misunderstanding has occurred. He pauses while continuing to cast delighted glances at you over his roses. The thing is, I had no intention whatsoever of courting the commander in a romantic sense of this word. I had never even crossed my mind. I don't know what led you to such a farcical conclusion. Darren holds the rose with an utmost delicacy, waving it gently from side to side. According to recent research conducted by Absalom scholars, the scent of roses reduces stress and fatigue, refreshes one's thoughts, and stimulates intellectual activity. I only had the good of the crusade in mind when I placed these flowers here. My actions were entirely selfless and sincere. It never crossed... Oh my gosh. This one. It never crossed your mind, you say? Well, in that case, it won't ever cross my mind to fill your bedroom with crates of Crusaders' unwashed mentionables. They all have been stored somewhere. They all have to be stored somewhere, I suppose, he smirks. Don't worry. Should that happen, I'll find another room for myself. Perhaps even another bedroom. And not... What? Not in... No! No! I can't. I'm gonna break... We're Abby? Abby, this is all you. This is not me. Oh, Lord. He bows. I do believe my work here is done. Until next time. Oh, God. Darren, too? Why is everybody... visiting? I just wanted to go to bed to see if I could proc the Woljif stuff. Darren looks around as if not exactly sure what he's doing. Commander, how is our crusade doing? Our crusade? You weren't exactly thrilled to join them. Of course I wasn't thrilled, but it's unfavorable circumstances. A man cannot allow himself to wallow in gloom and despondency. What a man can do is look on the bright side of the whole situation and change his circumstances as much as possible. I, for instance, am certain that I'd be able to throw a rip-roaring party even in the crater of an erupting volcano with my hands tied behind my back. So what brings you to me? A trifling thing. I wish to make a donation to the Crusader cause. It seems a smart decision to me because what's good for the Crusader is now tightly intertwined with what's good for yours truly. I'd have to give the revenue from my estates a good shake-up and then a few couriers scaring a bite, but in the end I managed to acquire a couple of decent items. All in all, here's my donation to the Crusader and its commander. You must try them for yourself. I offer these gifts from the bottom of my heart. A wand of pox pustules and a wand of ray of sickening. I sense your own agenda in your choice of gifts. Clever. He smirks slightly. I thought of you while selecting these gifts, and now I must beg your forgiveness and bid you farewell. I still have plans to order and send packages of special gifts to my dearest cousin. By the way, take a closer look at my gifts. You may find something special in there. No. Who are you? Oh my lord. Y'all, I had one mission when I came back, and literally everybody wants to talk to Abby. Otherworldly is the word that describes the stranger's face best. Everything about him indicates that he has arrived from another plane. He bows before you with grace and dignity. So that's what you look like, like troublemaker. The whole plane of Elysium seems to be talking about you. Your power resounds through space like a bell. I hurried to the call so I could advise you and help you avoid any missteps. Boring, yawns Ivu. Wisdom is often tiresome. A mortal cannot be expected to wield supernatural power without guidance. So you would do well to take the advice from an actual supernatural being, Abby. You may call me Early Sunset. I hope to become your most trusted advisor in all matters, great or small. So you're a real Azatah then? You came from Elysium? Not precisely. The news of you and your peculiar abilities reached me while I was traveling between planes. So I have not come directly from Elysium. However, I can tell you quite a lot if you'd like. How can you help? I'll monitor your abilities, observing how they develop. You have probably discovered by now that they're somewhat chaotic and prone to spontaneous manifestation without your deliberate will. It's not surprising. Azatahs and other supernatural beings are created with their powers already a part of them. Yet you received yours as a sudden gift. That gift may be inconvenient and even dangerous for its wielder. I'll try to learn more about it and teach you to control it over time. A mentor is essential for such undertaking. If you're a really good mentor, then you should teach the fun stuff. You know, like how to make pretty pictures on berry jelly with whipped cream. Ivy licks her lips. Not this boring stuff. Do you know anything about my power? It's unique, no doubt about that. Everything seems to suggest that you're somehow wielding the powers of the mightiest Azatahs. Mortals possesses many gifts and may reach extraordinary heights in sorcery. But your abilities are on another level entirely. They abide by different rules, if there are any rules at all to speak of. If this is the will of one of the gods of Elysium, I'd like to be the first to discover their intentions. That said, it may well be a careless folly long forgotten by its author, and not a deliberate design. In that case, you'll need my help and advice all the more. It's nice to meet you. The pleasure is mine. I'll take up no more of your time. If you wish to talk, I'll be nearby. It will take me some time and observation of you to ascertain how exactly your powers manifest itself. Your power manifests itself, and how you must wield it to stop it spiraling out of control. Once I have something useful, I'll inform you without delay. Oh Lord, there's more. Commander, I have alarming news. Sir Ciar, he's ill. Sire seems to be ill. He has stepped back almost completely from commanding his people. His ever-bright crusaders are a large and experienced force. Our strategy relies heavily on them. Please talk to him. It might be time for him to step down and hand over leadership to a younger, more energetic knight. He's not a young man anymore. It must be a struggle to keep up with responsibilities. What do you know about him? Just rumor. They say it's like his mind is somewhere else all the time. He's anxious but won't say what happened. He's respected. When his people see him acting strangely, it breeds uncertainty. I'll talk to him. Thank you. You see a Kelid around 50 years old, dressed in a doublet that looks older than its owner. Once it may have been expensive, but now it is worn and patched. A scabbardless sword hangs on his belt, covered in such a thick layer of rust that it looks more like a club. His flushed, swollen face, a spongy nose, and the dark circles beneath his eyes suggest that he is a heavy drinker. When he opens his mouth to speak, your suspicion is confirmed by the stench of stale alcohol on his breath. So, you're the commander, huh? It's a cozy little place you got yourself here. All these walls, polished furniture, solid, commendable. Why, I think I'll give you a medal for this. A medal? You're too kind. Don't mention it. I'm a generous soul, but I'm also fair. I dish out medals and I punish as I please. Who am I? Not just your average citizen. The man groans as he straightens up, affecting a proud, noble bearing insofar as his decrepitude allows. You will be pleased to know that I am Theine Quintum's Hierophant, rightful heir to the throne of Iz and Sarkorian. Everyone knows that no king has ever ruled over Sarkorian, and there is no throne on Iz. How would you know? Have you been to Iz? Have you seen it with your own eyes? You haven't. And if you haven't, maybe there was one. Pops used to tell me about the throne in the place. It was all gold all over. It was encrusted in all manner of crusty things like diamants, fire ants, rubies, buboes. You couldn't take your eyes off of it. That's what kind of a throne it was. It's all mine by right. Can you prove your claim to the throne? Of course! We aren't just some swindlers. We have all the evidence. Here, look. He takes the rusty sword from his belt, and it shows you the hilt, which features a nearly worn-off golden crest. The grinning animal it depicts almost closely resembles a shabby possum. Here, the royal smilodon is the ancient symbol of the rulers of Sarkorian. I've also got a wart on my chest in the shape of the crown. Of course, I'm the heir to the throne. And for those who don't believe me, well, they can get lost. That's what I say. Let them go to Pelora's Falls, where all the kings of Sarkorian are buried. There, my entire family tree has been written in stone. Go and read it for yourself. What's there? Are you deaf or what? You should drink a pine needle infusion. It'll do wonders for your ears and your eyes, too. I'm telling you, all the dead Sarkorian kings are in the ground there. In a mausoleum, tomb burials, and those whatchamacallits. Obelisks? That's right. It's all written there about my ancestors, about me. Just go look. Everything will make sense. By every law of the land, I am king. So what do you think you're entitled to? We are simple people. We don't need much. I mean, no, that's not what I mean. We aren't simple people, not simple at all. And we need a great deal, a king's palace, a throne, lands. But all that can wait until you take back Is and make all the demons leave. As for now, I wouldn't mind having a king's residence here in Dresden, a place to sleep, some hot food, that'd be a start. Oh no, I don't have that. I see soldiers! Imposter, please get rid of. Hey, how could you? Some commander you are. We're done. We did it. We survived. I always wonder, like, I think it's kind of funny that Kian, I think, just waits outside during all this. Poor Kian. Y'all, we did a flirt with Darren and I didn't mean to flirt that hard. And now we're where we are. And we're gonna have to own up to that. You are not the first and you will not be the last succubus to wear faith as a disguise, but by your falseness you entrap the righteous. It's not false. It's the first true and honest thing I've done in my life, although I doubt you'll believe that. Okay. We finished. Nice, good sleep. Okay. Home. Good. Love it.
I'm gone.
Yes, you are, girl. Okay. So now we've got like a gazillion and one things to do because of that. But what I really want to try... To the streets! Vengeance of Sarkorian. Fortress Games. All right, let's see now if I did it. Okay. Also, quick question. Okay, that's him. Oh my gosh. And we gotta also do all the companion-y stuff. So let's just go here and see what happens. Nothing. Nothing. This is the way to Ulbrich. So, I mean, I'm good if everybody else is good going to see Ulbrich's thing first, because that would be probably very interesting. All these demon armies right here. You know what, you... Nope, I need this one. Can you do me a favor? Can you... Oh, no. Okay. Let's do this. Accept. Now this. Now this. Now this. Oh, no, we ran out of space. Where's the... Okay. They're these guys. So if I skip a day... So it's that army that's moving. Okay. That's fine. We can let them get closer. Okay. But... you guys know the rules. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. I'm gonna leave you up there. For now. And then... I don't think you can get anywhere. Like, I don't think... Can I get you here? Will you... No. Okay, so that is... You are just stuck there. Okay, until we, like... basically bring you around. That's odd. I think that's... Okay, that is Winter Sun. Accept. Oh no. This way. No. Okay, I don't know where that's going. This way. Accept. Good. Okay. So I can't. I'm gonna have to wait. I guess I can move you here. And then start you moving this way. Okay. So you're kind of there now. I've got these armies moving in. Let's see. This guy, this one. Let's get you moving this way. Wait, no, I lied. This way. Will this do it? I think that this is the army coming in. Good. Done. Okay, skip. And now you. Excellent. So, this one... What happens if I go this way? I don't know, but I'm going to leave you there. Okay, back to Abby. So that didn't work. That's fine. But we could go do Albrig's thing. We also have to do Heaven's Edge. We could do both of them basically while we're out and about, and see what's going on with that. Is it early to do it? Yeah, kinda. But I'm very excited to see what happens next with both of those quests. And Darren, not Darren, Woljif will just come home whenever Woljif just comes home at this point. So, probably to nobody's shock or amazement or anything like that, I found Woljif.
Can't hide this from my eyes.
Because without y'all,
Careful now.
I decided to run around the map like a loon and try to find Woljif. And I did!
Impossible!
Abby is still sucking royally at traps, so we're just gonna go through it. We're just gonna get this done. We're gonna find Woljif. Can you just undo that?
That was easy.
Okay, she got one. Oh no. Here we go. There he is. I found him. Oh no. Did I save? I curse you, praise Iomade. Okay. It's her, the one who killed our brothers and sisters. Oh no, we didn't save, y'all. I thought there was a fight here first. Okay. Wait. Okay. Phew. Save. We are saving here. So Woljif rises from the stone throne and halts the sacrifice with a raised hand. The cultist holding the knife over the victim on the altar stops. Woljif is wreathed in blue flame and the demonic shadow rises up behind him. Easy now, we're all friends here. This was just a little misunderstanding. You thought you'd come across crusaders, but they're big fans of our Lord Baphomet too. Woljif half turns to you, his right eye twitching, which you interpret as an attempt to wink discreetly. Ain't that right? Yeah, misunderstanding. Hail Baphomet. Woljif's face lights up. Right, exactly. Pilgrims of the World Wound. Meet the finest members of our big family. Hey there, Chief. Long time no see. Why don't we hold off on the sacrifice for now? We need to drink to this happy meeting, am I right? Let's do that. Tie that one up on the altar again. We'll get round to slaughtering it later. Ivy looks between you and Woljif in puzzlement. We're playing some kind of game, yes? How come nobody told me the rules? Yeah, it's a game of the great forces led by our Lord Baphomet, and you are a worthy player in that game, you evil spawn of the abyss. I get it. Wait, let me think of what to say. You're right, my evil comrade. I will help you sow horrific horrors and strike fearsome fear into the hearts of mortals. The world has never seen a creature like me before and knows what I am capable of. The little dragon is practically bouncing with enthusiasm. The cultists exchange look and whispers. The chief cultist lowers his knife. If the Crescent of the Abyss says so, then welcome. Make yourselves at home in the temporary camp of the Pilgrims of the World Wound. But why did you attack our brothers? Ivu will tell you why we attacked our brothers. They stole our sweeties. There you have it. They stole our sweeties. They look unconvinced, to put it mildly. Woljif rolls his eyes and interjects. The real reason they attacked our fellow cultists was because the chief sometimes has these fits of insanity and battle rage. It's a blessing from Lord Baphomet. The chief goes crazy. She goes crazy and gets twice as strong as normal. But if the blessing kicks in at the wrong moment, well, that's just bad luck for you. I've had to get away from the crazed chief a few times, so I know what I'm talking about. The cultist cast a worried glance at your weapon, but passes no remark. It's good that the crescent of the abyss, our beacon in the darkness, and our oracle has resolved this misunderstanding. Relax, friends, and after, if you wish, you may join our pilgrimage. Okay, let's one more save, because I want to be able to, like I said, I think I was actually rewatching the footage, and I think I accidentally had said, like, romancing Ulbrich on the first go before we, like, restarted the Let's Play, and what I meant to say was, romancing Woljif, our first go around, and then I switched over to Ulbrich because Ulbrich came into the picture. So we're just gonna wait for everybody to not be dying of a stink cloud, because it's just not probably nice. Okay, Kian, sweetie. Okay, everybody's back, but I will show you these flirt lines now, and then we'll reload and do the real lines. Woljif is waiting for you next to the altar, warily wiping the sweat from his brow. I thought I was done for. Could feel it in my tail that they were going to kill me. If you ain't a sight for sore eyes, Chief. When I heard the gargoyles hadn't gotten you, that you were running the show in Dresden now, I can't tell you how happy that made me. That night it all happened, I tell you, I was so scared I couldn't see straight. I wandered around wondering if my chief and the rest of the gang were lying out in an open field with their eyes pecked out. He sighs. Even my conscience prickled a little, thinking about how I ran, but when you look at it from my side, what else was I supposed to do? The actual paladins were getting cut down left, right, and center. And then these pilgrims of the Whirlwind tell me that Dresden has been reclaimed, that there's a new commander called Abby. Well, I said to myself, there can't be two demon-slaying dynamos with that name. It must be you. So I cut my way through the circles around Dresden, and I waited for you to come out. At one point, I got so desperate, I almost went right up to the city wall, but I thought better of it. Although an arrow in the skull would be a sight better than running in fear of Votil. He sucks in a breath and keeps talking in a rush like he's afraid you'll turn around and walk out. Do you know Votil? I don't either, but I remember the name because of what Brother Melrand yelled in the basement that time. I'm going to tell Hep, Samira, and Votil, and something like that. Anyway, my shadow told me Votil is that demon and I should be scared of him. Because he's after the moon and of the abyss. But the shadow, the whole other story, if you want to know why I haven't just come to Dresden, I need your help. It's a matter of life and death. Slow down. You're not making sense what's going on. He lets out a breath. Okay, I'll shut up. I mean, I won't shut up, but ask me what you want to know and I'll tell you. So I think it's this one is the flirt. I was worried sick about you. You have? He sounds genuinely surprised but doesn't miss a beat. Anyway, yeah, fine, but I could really use your help getting out of this mess. He pauses for a moment and then adds, thanks for asking. So, that's that. I do believe that is the flirt line. For this, we'll keep going. Like, it's an innocent flirt line, and we're already in a pickle with Darren and Lan, so we might as well, in for one, might as well be in for all of them kind of thing. If it gets too flirty, we'll reload, but I'm fine with this. What was that? That was my cunning plan, Chief. Woljif's tail's whipping back and forth. Pretending to be a cultist. Good thinking. But why did you ask me to do it? Well, you've got the crux of it. We have a secret mission here. See you to save the life of a good man. In other words, me. Well, not just me, but I'll definitely die too if these guys see something they don't like. I'll be on the altar next to that poor sap before you can say Hail Baphomet. So why'd you run the night we fought the gargoyles? Me? Run me? I fought him. I did. You should have seen me. I got one right on the nose, sent its arse over a tea kettle, and it flew off. I've gotten into scraps a fair few times before, been caught by surprise in the dead of night more times than I can count. That's why I left up quick as anything, grabbed my knives, and well, of course I made a run for it. What else was I gonna do? I'm just a thief, a city boy. I don't go toe to toe with demons. Sure, I said I'd help you and all, but that was before. I didn't sign up for nighttime gargoyle attacks. Kind of idiot attacks in the middle of the night. I thought war would keep more civilized hours, to be honest. Wrong again, so apologies, Chief, but I always end up on the winning side. It's just my nature. You and your lot in the camp that night did not have the look of the victory about you. It's not like I'd have been much help. If a gargoyle snatched me in its claws, of course I decided to run. And run I did. So, what's your relationship with the Baphomet cultist? He looks pensive. It's complicated. It's a story of unrequited love, really. They love me, and all I can think about is how to get away from them and save my own skin. You seem to have gotten yourself a nice little setup. Maybe I should just leave you here with your underlings. How did you end up with the cultists? Same way I ended up anywhere. I was walking, and then here I was. Oh, I should mention at this point, my shadow, you know it. Well, it started talking. At first, I was so scared I thought there was someone growling behind me, but then I listened closely. It was my shadow. It only got out a few words, but I heard the name Votil, and I learned that he's a demon, and that he wants the Moon of the Abyss for some reason. And then I learned which direction he was looking for me, and when I heard that, I turned around and went the other way. I'm not an idiot. Those pilgrims of the world wound clubbed me around the head, and when I woke up, they were already dragging me to the altar. I said to them, brothers, don't drag me to the altar. I have a proposition for you, one you don't want to miss, but they paid no attention and kept dragging me. In the end, I had to show them my party piece. They saw my shadow, dropped to their knees, just like that. I fed them a line about how I can speak directly to Baphomet through it, and they laughed it right up. That's why I'm still alive. So your shadow's talking to you now? Not just any shadow, my special shadow. After I spent a while running around the world wound, scared out of my wits, it suddenly crept out and whispered in its distant-sounding voice, Votil North, fear Votil. And the name was familiar because that's what Brother Melrin yelled out. Okay. By the way, yeah, so that, remind me... So what do you want from me? In a nutshell, Chief? I got a bit of a situation here. One wrong move, I'm a goner. Demon is in the vicinity somewhere. A good man has suffered. The cultists are animals. I just want to get out of this and get him off my back. But without you, I have no chance. Help me. I won't forget it as long as I live. What good man are you talking about? Me, of course. I'm a prisoner here, you know. And I suppose there's also the other fella, Duval, the one that's tied up. I kind of owe him one. I made a dumb mistake and now he's paying for it. No, don't get me wrong. I couldn't care less about the guy. He got himself into this mess, except if it wasn't for me. Maybe wouldn't have caught him in the first place. These pilgrims keep asking me, will we have long to wait for the favors of Lord Baphomet, as though just because I say I have my shadow, I should know? What am I, some kind of demon whisperer? Just put on a kind of knowing air and say to them, do as you've been doing and the favors will come. But they took that to mean that they needed to keep cutting people up on the altar. I tried to put them off the idea, but they didn't listen. I acted like I was discussing things with my shadow, kept trying to hold them off, saying the stars weren't in alignment, that raining eyeballs was a bad omen. I'd run out of ideas just before you showed up. I was already considering just letting him do it. He was a crusader after all. You know, demons would probably get him in the end either way. It's not my fault that that's how they do things. It was either him or me. He sighs and turns away, his tail twitching from side to side in agitation. There is one way to get us both out, but I can't manage it on my own. I need your help. So who is Votil? All I know is he's a demon that sent Brother Melrin to get the Moon of the Abyss. Now that I have the moon, he's after me. I've tried running from him. He's gonna catch me soon. I can feel it. So what part of the cult is playing? He glances around to make sure no one's overheard. Do you know why they call themselves the Pilgrims of the World Wound? Because they're itching to meet the big demons like Baphomet. It's like they're on a pilgrimage. So that got me thinking, since they listen to me, we can lead them to Votil and mess with their heads a bit. Say that Baphomet's been calling him nasty names and let the cultists fight Votil for us. It'll be a riot. Cultists helping us, take out a demon. Well, what do you think? All right, I'll help you. His face lights up and the tip of his tail dances through the air. I always knew you were special, Sword Chief. Let's go break his horns off. We need to go to a patch of scrubland by a bend in the river. It's not far, I'll show you. Nothing interesting about the place at all, but that's where I was when my shadow came out and started pushing me back the other way. It said that he'll find me easily there, that he'd swoop in and tear me limb from limb as soon as I popped up. It wasn't long turning away from that place, I tell you. There's just one thing. We need to round up my lackeys and send them off on an errand. While they're gone, we can free the prisoner. No point in leaving him here to be bored stiff, right?